Buy an iCool mattress set and get a free adjustable base upgrade at Mermaid Mattress.
I have 2 dogs and a cat at my house, and I have learned, as I'm sure you have if you have multiple pets over the years, that what you do for your dogs is not what you're going to do for your cats and vice versa. So we're going to get a feline education this morning from Dr. Randy Hammon at Northgate Animal Hospital. Good to see you, Randy.
Hey, great to be here on the, I guess, the snowy morning in the mountains, maybe not quite so snowy in the valley.
Yeah, you know what, before we get started, for anybody out there thinking, doggone it, isn't he lucky to have all that snow? That's not a live picture behind you, is it?
It is not, yeah. That's actually a picture of one of my farm fields back when we really did get a snow in the valley.
It's awfully pretty. People who didn't get anything this morning can at least wish and dream that they had that kind of a view to look out on this morning. Let's talk a little bit about cats. I'm right, aren't I, that what you do for your dog is not what you're going to do for your cat?
Yeah, and that is true. And for years, we thought that cats didn't get heartworms, and that was was a real issue. And a lot of people don't realize it, but Chattanooga is the 5th region in the whole United States for reported number of heartworm cases in dogs and cats. So it is a real challenge for us. And a lot of times our cats get overlooked on two fronts. Number one, a lot of the cats live indoors, and this goes for indoor dogs also. But there's absolutely no difference in the statistically whether your dog or cat will get heartworms whether they live indoors or outdoors. So it's the same. So our pets need to actually end up being on heartworm prevention year round. But what's unique about the cats, and I jokingly say cats are not small dogs, is that for years we ended up thinking that cats didn't get heartworms because, quite frankly, we really didn't see ever see any worms in the cat's heart. If we did have a cat that had passed away. And what we found out back in the mid-90s or so is that the cat is actually a lung event. So the heartworms technically, I guess, can go anywhere they want to in the body, but historically with the cats, they're going to go to the lungs. And we end up seeing what looks like feline asthma in cats. So a lot of times that was treated just as a chronic cough, or maybe my cat's allergic to something. And we don't really understand why, but for some reason or another, in a large percentage of the cats that end up having heartworms, it's a situation to where these worms will spontaneously die. And we'll have this massive anaphylactic, this allergic reaction, and we call that the sudden death syndrome, and it just takes the cat down for the count. So we'll have accounts where people go to work, their cat's, totally fine, pre-COVID, I guess, and then when they end up getting back from work, all of a sudden they find what they thought was a healthy, normal cat, had passed away. So the feline heartworms is a real challenge, and we do have some options to keep our cats from getting heartworms.
Let me ask you this, Randy, before you jump in with the options for prevention. Cats are notorious, I think, for not letting their owners know when they don't feel good. So will you even see a symptom in a cat to alert you that there may be a problem?
And that is a real issue. And cats are the masters of disguise when it comes to illness and so forth. Because our dogs and cats both, a lot of times, they still have a lot of those wild instincts is still built into them, and probably more so with the cats. So they're going to cover up any symptoms that a lot of times that would end up making them look like that they were weak or vulnerable. So in saying that, it is a real challenge. So a lot of times the cats can lay around, be lethargic, not feeling good, maybe that occasional cough or something, and it can really sneak up on you. And from a diagnostic standpoint, we don't have a straightforward black and white feline heartworm blood test that we can do. There is some testing we can do, and then we have to couple that up or link that up with other tests that we end up doing to determine exactly, does this feline patient, end up having feline heartworms.
Randy, I only have a minute left. You mentioned about the pre-COVID days versus the COVID days. For anyone looking for a vet, they're hearing you this morning, they want to come to your practice. Y'all are still doing things where you're coming out to the car and picking the pet up.
Yeah, we're still curbside.
Okay.
Correct.
Can they come into the office if they want to, or is it strictly curbside?
At this point in time, they cannot. We're still designated as one of the health department's essential veterinary health care facilities. So we're still doing, at our hospital, 100% curbside. I know there are some hospitals that or maybe doing a hybrid model at this point in time, and we're just pretty much playing it month by month right now.
But you're able to then call on the phone, advise the
So
pet owner
when
of
they
what's
pull
going
into the
on.
parking lot, they'll call on the phone and so forth. And then, of course, just to wind up our topic is there is heartworm prevention. You can put your cats on, talk to your veterinarian to end up making sure that your cat is on the monthly heartworm prevention and is on that year round.
All right. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you, Julie.
You can find Dr. Randy Hammon and his brother, Dr. Jim Hammon, at the Northgate Animal Hospital on Hammel Road in Hickson. Their phone number, 875-9033. Online, it's northgateanimalhospital.com.
Oh, yeah, dude, that doesn't